Hello, everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga class today. We are going to spend our session in our class today working on anxiety and depression. Now, when I say that, I'm not referencing specifically clinical anxiety and clinical major depressive disorder. However, I'm not saying that necessarily what we're going to be doing today would not help those situations. I'm talking more along the symptoms of feeling anxious, the symptoms of feeling depressed. So we will only be using a yoga mat and a yoga bolster today. So grab those things and then we're going to get started. Now, before we get started, I did want to point out one anatomical thing for today's class. Now, this is a class on the nervous system, right? So if we're dealing with mental health issues, our main focus today isn't a muscle, a joint, a ligament, a connective tissue. It is the nerves and the nervous system. So it's imperative for you to know, where do parts of the nervous system live that we can impact with yoga breath and yoga moves? So the one thing that I want to point out to you is something in your body called your sympathetic chain. So the word sympathetic refers to your flight and your fight response, right? So what we know our body does to react to or respond to something that's happening to us. And that chain meaning it's multi-level, sits on so this is me right here, minus all muscles, visceral, and tissues. It sits on the front of your spine. So it sits paired, one on each side in front of your vertebral bodies. So if we want to positively impact our nervous system, calm down our sympathetic response, and that could be causing us to have anxious type of feelings or depressive type of feelings, we need to work on changing how much stress or strain is put into that sympathetic chain. The way that is done with yoga is through breath. So we're going to start with 2 breathing exercises today, and then use one of those breathing exercises throughout our entire practice today. It is also done through creating length through that sympathetic chain and shortness through that sympathetic chain. So if you can, in your head right now, think of all of the yoga moves, or as they're called, asanas, that are going to create length and are going to create shortness through the spine itself, that's what we're going to be focusing on doing today. All right, so we are ready to begin. So find yourself seated on your yoga bolster. Once you're there, just put yourself in a nice, good tailor sitting position today. And once you're in that tailor positioning, allow yourself to start to work through some pelvic tilts. So pelvic tilts are the main way for us to kind of wake up the base of our sympathetic chain, or the base of our nervous system, which sits in the base of our pelvic floor. So just allow yourself to kind of tilt under and tuck and tilt and tuck, and just go through a couple of movements of that pelvis moving forward, pelvis moving backward, until you find that middle of the road for you. Once you feel like, yep, that's a good position for me, allow yourself to sit nice and tall, and then use your hips and hinge just slightly forward so that you feel the weight through the base of support of your legs. So you feel like your legs are heavy and engaged into your yoga mat. Let's just kind of do a nice, good alignment set of our upper body here. So let's take our hands to the center of our heart today. Nice way to start a class. This is called Anjali Mudra. It's the positioning that we're putting our hands in while we're in easy pose. So let's take a nice deep inhale and lift your hands up, lengthen through your spine here. Reach to the ceiling, and then as you exhale, bring your arms down, switching to physical therapy pose for a second. This is called pivot prone, cactus pose, those types of things. Squeeze those shoulders back, feel that lengthening through your middle of your back here, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and then just gently rest your hands down onto your thighs. Okay, now, because you moved your upper body and your rib cage, check in that you still have some weight through your feet and your legs. And we are ready to begin our first breathing exercise. So we're going to work through 2 breathing exercises in sitting today. We're going to do a little bit of movement between each one of them. But the reason we're doing that is if we can get that diaphragm moving up and down in our belly, it is the one thing that most stimulates and relaxes that sympathetic response. So that's, of course, where we're starting today. So we're going to start with the 4, 7, 8 breath. So before we do that, it's nice and simple how it works. The 4 is the inhale. The 7 is retention or holding your breath. And the 8 is the exhale. You have 2 options with the exhale. You can exhale slowly through your nose if you've got a little bit more experience doing breathing exercises and you know you can control that exhale for a count of 8. If you don't have as much experience doing breathing exercises, I encourage you to purse your lips and exhale slowly out through the mouth. It just gives you a narrower airway to breathe out so you don't have to worry about literally running out of exhale. All right, so let's get ourselves nice and tall, lengthen that neck, settle the chin. Close your eyes if you feel like you want to do that for today. And then let's begin with inhaling through our nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling nose or mouth, you pick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, retain, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Inhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've got it. All right. So that's our first breathing exercise. Now, if we were in a clinical study right now and we looked at the research on the 4, 7, 8 breath, what may have happened is our heart rate already decreased, our vascular resistance may have improved, and our blood pressure may have stabilized. So it's a really good breathing exercise to kind of take control of the cardiovascular system and your brain. All right, so let's do a little bit of movement of our body in sitting before we go through that second breathing exercise. So go ahead and take your left hand, place it on the side of your bolster. Take that right hand, inhale it nice and high in the air. And then as you exhale, side bend over to the left. Now, today for this, what I want you to do is try to roll your pelvis forward, lift your chest up, gaze up and look back at your thumb. Nice, good extension there. Take a deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, see if you can get your fingertips any further. You've got it. One more nice deep inhale here. And exhaling, getting those fingertips further. Very good. Inhale, reaching yourself back up. And then as you exhale, dropping that right hand down. Right hand onto the bolster, left hand out to the side. Let's do that same thing. Inhaling, lifting that left arm up. Exhaling, side bending over to the right. Now create that elongation today. So gently roll the pelvis forward. Stick that belly out, lift through the chest, maybe lengthen that neck and look at that thumb. 2 breaths here. Inhaling, inhaling, really inhaling. Exhaling, can you reach and lengthen any further? Let's do that one more time. Nice deep inhale. And exhaling and exhaling and exhaling. You've got it. Now, inhaling the arm up and then just gently exhaling the arm down. Taking your hands, interlacing them between one another, stretching your wrists out, going through some modification of cat-cow here. So take an inhale, lift the arms up, roll the pelvis forward, lift the chest up, gaze up at your knuckles, and exhale, roll the pelvis back, curl the belly in, chest down, bring those hands all the way down towards those ankles. 2 more times for me. Inhale, roll that pelvis forward, reach those arms up, lengthen up, look at those knuckles, and exhale, curl that pelvis under, curl that rib cage under, chin to chest, bring those hands all the way down. 1 more time for me. Inhaling, rolling that pelvis, really lifting up, reaching and reaching and reaching, and then exhaling as you slowly settle and curl and curl and curl, chin to chest, gaze into that belly button. You've got it. Slowly unlace your fingers from one another, bringing your body back up into its seated position, checking in with your pelvis super quick, hip hinge, find that base of support through your feet, and then just rest your left hand down onto your left thigh. All right, next breathing exercise, alternate nostril breathing. So an excellent breathing exercise to balance our body and balance our nervous system. So guys, here's what I want you to do really quickly. Just close your eyes and picture a teeter-totter, a seesaw, right? When you think about that seesaw, and if you had something that was equal on each side of that seesaw, what's going to happen is they're going to go one way and they're going to go the other way. And they're going to go one way and they're going to go the other way. Well, now I want you to think about that anterior sympathetic chain, and there's one on each side, right? What we're going to do is focus on inhaling on one side and exhaling on the other side, and inhaling on one side and exhaling on the other side. All you're trying to do is balance that teeter-totter, balance those two sides of your nervous system. Start to find that balance of your symptoms of anxiety or depression. So that's what we're really using this breathing exercise for today. So lengthen the neck, settle the chin. Right hand is the hand you're going to use. You're going to use your ring finger for your left nostril. You're going to use your thumb for your right nostril. So go ahead and sit yourself nice and straight and tall. Feel the base of support. Take your left nostril and close it off with the ring finger. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. Take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. Close off the right nostril. Open the left nostril. Exhale out the left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the left nostril open. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the left, open the right. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go through this. Inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for a few seconds. Switch nostrils. Exhale left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch nostrils. Exhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch nostrils. Left is open. Exhale left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round here. Inhale left, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry about that. Switch nostrils. Exhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And finally, inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold as you switch nostrils. Left, exhaling out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice deep inhale in. Those nostrils and sinuses are nice and hydrated right now as you balanced breathing through those. That's an added bonus. Now, what you might have noticed when we did that breathing exercise is, unlike a teeter-totter, we did inhaling for 4 and we did exhaling for 6. Now, that was very, very intentional because it allows us to kind of tap into that relaxation response that you may need if that sympathetic response is going a little too crazy in your body. So those are your 2 breathing exercises that really, really help kind of balance that mental health symptoms that might be happening in your body. So I encourage you to use those. Now, what we're going to do as we move our body through class today is we're going to use that inhaling for 4 and that exhaling for 6. So I'm going to be counting that breath through a lot of the movements that we're going to be doing today, intentionally to allow you to kind of always come back to that nervous system, always think about trying to relax through that body. All right, so now with that said, what I'd like you to do is kind of just sweep your feet to your left or your right side and go into tabletop, hands and knees, quadricep, whatever you want to call that pose. Take your bolster and gently move it to the top or the bottom of your mat for a second. We're going to be using it in just a moment, but just to kind of get it out of your way for a second, bring yourself in hands and knees. Allow yourself to have 2 fists between those knees. Have yourself so that your hips are stacked over the knees, and take a gaze back and check in that you can't see your feet on the inside or the outside of your feet. Then walk your hands forward so that your wrists and elbows are underneath your shoulders. Index fingers are forwards. Thumbs are nice and in. Spread out those outer 3 fingers. Now, cat-cow, nothing really new as far as yoga poses are concerned. But what we want to do with our cat-cow today is see if we can integrate that 4 breath for inhale and that 6 breath for exhale. So let's give it a try and see how we do. So allow yourself to inhale as you sink for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up with that gaze. Then exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really tuck, gaze into your belly button. You've got it. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time here. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've got it. Bring yourself back to that normal tabletop position. We're going to do a nice little rotation and extension together. Now, for those of you that are like, ooh, I'm not allowed to do rotation, maybe you've got osteoporosis, maybe you've got scoliosis or something, understand that your spine is in a gravity eliminated position here. So you are very safe in tabletop to do rotation. Just be careful and aware that you're not putting yourself into any end range of pain. But let's kind of give this a try. So here's what we're going to do. Lift your right arm up. You're going to inhale and lift your right arm and extend and reach up nice and high for 4. Then you're going to exhale and slowly come down. Keep your gaze all the way with the thumb as you exhale your hand back down to your mat. Switching sides. Inhale, left hand, reach it up, extend, lift nice and high, gaze up to that thumb for 4, 3, 2, 1, sorry. And then as you exhale, go even slower. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the right. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, reach high, 1. Exhale slower, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, reach, 1. Exhaling slowly, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more on each. Inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final left. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Exhale slowly, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Find your tabletop position here for a second. Allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale, and then on that exhale, tuck that tailbone under, lift that rib cage up and under, chin to chest, sit yourself back into your child's pose. Let's allow ourselves to fully shorten that sympathetic chain, thinking about our nervous system. Can you bring the crown of your head and curl it as tightly towards those knees as you can, dropping your elbows down. Imagine now what you could think about the front of that spine, how short you have it. That's our goal for class. Shorten as much as we can. Really what depressive symptoms need, and extending and lengthening it, anxiety symptoms, and doing it all over again and again and again. That's what we're doing today. So hold yourself in this position. Take a nice, slow, deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, maybe count to yourself 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow, deep inhale in. Can you count? 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly exhaling out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've got it. Gently bringing yourself back up into hands and knees. We're going to find puppy pose for a second. So here's what I want you to do. Find where hands and knees pose is for you. So see where it is that your palms are touching your mat, and then see if you can drop your elbows down into that position. Now, this is a perfectly fine modification of puppy pose. This might actually be where you are today. But if you want to progress puppy pose more, where your elbows now are is where you're trying to picture placing your armpits. So can you slowly allow yourself to drop your armpits down, allow the crown of your head to rest. Think about that sternum bone, that bone in the front of your chest, dropping down to the mat. Full puppy pose would be that you actually extend through your head, chin to the floor. Oh, can you think about that chain in the front of your spine and how much length you're putting into it here? Can you take a deep inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale that out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Slowly bring yourself back up into tabletop. Once you're there, grab that bolster. We're getting up on our knee and doing some nice, good movements. So bring yourself up into kneeling. Take that left leg forward. So we haven't yet really done any lengthening through the lower half because this is the first time we're going to be in that position to do so. So we're going to go into a little bit more extension than I often recommend. If you're that person in class that you know your low back is very sensitive to extension, be conscious that you're keeping yourself in a really strong abdominal safe pelvic tilt so that you're not forcing your low back into extension, okay? All right, so stack your knee on top of your hip. Have yourself in a nice, good balanced position here. Make sure that foot is straight back behind you. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's start with the safe position, and then we'll move into what I want some of you to try to really work on that nervous system today. So the safe position, take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, tuck that tailbone under. As you tuck that tailbone under, just slightly lean the hip in front of the knee. And then you're just going to gently bring your arm up to line up with that leg. You've got it. So that's the safe position. So those of you at home that you know, hey, I don't have the best low back in the world, that's where you're going to go to for our breath. I'm going to go a little bit more advanced into the pose. If you want to try that, you can try that with me. So take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under. So get that stable pelvis and lumbar spine. Then slowly lunge until the left knee is perpendicular over the left foot. So you're in a lot of extension, and then you're inhaling and lifting that arm up. All right, so you pick where you are, gaze at your thumb regardless. Take a deep inhale in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Deep inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing yourself out of the extension, allowing yourself to switch so that your left leg is down and your right leg is up. I am going to turn myself around so I'm still facing you. You don't need to do that. You just need to switch your legs. But have yourself so that you've got yourself positioned on your left knee, right foot is forward. Now, the safe one, let's go over it first. So stack the hip on top of the knee, hand onto the pelvis, take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, tucking the tailbone under, keeping a strong tuck of that tailbone. Abdominals are engaged, slightly hinge forward, and then lift your arm up until it lines up with your leg. You've got it. All right, so you stay there if that's you. Now, if you want to try the more advanced, allow yourself to tuck your tailbone under, get a nice, good, stable pelvis to extend into in this position. Hinge yourself forward until you've got your knee perfectly perpendicular over the arch of that foot. So you're in a lot more extension here. Then allow yourself to lengthen that arm up to line up with that leg. You've got it. Gaze up to that thumb. Here we go. Take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly positioning yourself back over your knee, then dropping your right knee down, allowing yourself to settle your bolster out to the side. Sit yourself back onto your heels, slowly lowering yourself down into a child's pose. Now, get the crown of your head as close to your knees as you feel comfortable. Now, if your crown of your head never ever meets the floor, that's okay. That just means you got a lot of stiffness in your spine. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga class, right? Take that bolster again and place that bolster right now next to your knees. Because I really want us to get the nicest compression and shortening through your chain of your nervous system that you can. So I want you to be able to dive that crown of the head as close to the knees as possible. We are going into rabbit pose. So we're really going to internalize and really shorten that sympathetic chain. So I want to make sure that you feel like you're doing it safely. So crown of the head, you're diving it down towards those knees. Now that you have yourself in that position, take each of your hands, come back and grab a hold of those heels. Now in this position, allow yourself to lift your pelvis as you straighten your knees, allowing yourself here to feel a gentle stretching through your shoulder blade area. But I really want you today to think about what is happening to the front of that spine. Can you feel all of that flexion that's occurring? Gaze straight back between your toes. Give me an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Slowly dropping your hips down to your heels, walking your hands nice and forward, settling your belly on your thighs, your chest on your knees. Gently let the crown of your head now come down to the mat. No full flexion here. Reaching those hands up, letting yourself settle in this child's pose, taking a nice deep inhale into the belly for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time here. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've got it. Slowly bringing yourself up onto hands and knees, just long enough to lay yourself down onto your side. Pick your left or right side, doesn't make a difference. But once you have yourself down onto your side, Slowly transition from your side over to your back. Once you have yourself positioned on your back, feel nice and comfortable here. Allow yourself to feel that your spine is in a neutral position. Shoulder blades are gently underneath you. And then just gently let your arms come out to the side of your body for a second. Rest your palms up. Keep your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. We've already done lots of good movement into flexion, into extension, but we've got more to do just in a different position. But before we do that, let's take a moment here to do a couple of just good, solid, relaxed diaphragmatic breaths. So maybe even close your eyes. Imagine that you've got a 10-pound weight sitting on your abdomen. Just take a nice deep inhale into your belly for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then gently exhale through that nose for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've got it. Let's take a right knee, bring that right knee up to the chest. Let's do a little bit of stretching through our glutes here. Take that inhale here, and then as you exhale, just pull that knee into your chest for me. You've got it. All right, knees nice and snug into the chest. Take that left leg and straighten that left leg straight down the yoga mat. Allow yourself here, left leg, lengthening on the left side of your body, right? Shortening on the right side of your body. Think about that. Go back to that alternate nostril breath and that teeter-totter. Here's what we're doing. So as you inhale, think about the left side of your body and push the left leg down. So inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, pull the right knee into your chest and exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have the idea. Left side, inhale, push, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the left, exhale, right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just one more time. Left side, push, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the left, exhale, right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So beautiful. Left leg, slide that leg back up until the foot is flat on the floor, and then bring that left knee up and into your chest. Right leg, foot flat down onto the floor, and keep yourself right here. Let's get this left knee to your chest for a second. So take a deep inhale, and then as you exhale, pull that left knee into your chest. And then with that right leg, slide that right leg straight down the mat. Okay, so now we're doing exactly opposite, but I want you to think again the same concept of that alternate nostril breathing. So as we do our inhale, we're going to be focusing on that lengthening of the nervous system on the right side. As we do that exhale, we're going to be thinking about that closing and that internal shortening of the nervous system on the left side. All right, so let's do it for 3 times, just like we did on the opposite side. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Right body, right leg. Go ahead and start to engage it down into the floor. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the right. Exhale, pull that left in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right side, inhale, push, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the right. Exhale, left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've got it. Right side, inhale, push, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the right. Exhale, left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Now slide the right leg up. Once the right leg is up, gently bring the right knee into your chest. And let's just hug here and do a couple of those breaths. So take a nice deep inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then as you exhale, just gently pull both of those knees to your chest for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice deep inhale in for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhaling out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've got it. Go ahead and place your right foot on the floor, followed by your left foot on the floor. Okay, we are going to be trying fish pose next. So fish pose is a very, very good pose for lengthening the upper half of that nervous system. However, fish pose is really, really not a good pose for a lot of orthopedic issues related to the neck. So here's what I recommend you do. I want you to try the modification of this pose that I'm going to do first. If you know you have any history of neck issues, you know what? Just stay right there and do the breathing, and don't go into the full pose where we're going into full extension of the neck. So here's what you need to do. You need to get up on your elbows. So allow yourself to just gently rest your elbows underneath your shoulders. Now, if something regarding your shoulders is saying, I'm not going to be doing that, then just lay down on your mat and keep yourself there as we do that breathing exercise. But in this position, allow yourself to have your palms downward and in line with your elbows. Imagine those second fingers are going straight down to the bottom of your yoga mat. Okay, so that's the starting position. Now, stay here for a second. I want to make sure that you get the modification of fish pose before we do the fish pose. So modification, this is where your hands are going to stay. You're going to lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze up to the ceiling. And all you're going to do is you're going to inhale and squeeze and lift your shoulder blades together. And that's where you're going to do your breathing exercise. Got it? Now, those of us that want to try the full fish pose, you're going to turn your palms under so that they're underneath your pelvis area. So as you have your palms turned under the pelvis area, palms are up, what you're going to do is you're going to lift the chest, lengthen the neck, and look all the way back as you gently try to get the crown of your head or the top of your head towards the floor. So it's a lot of extension, ladies and gentlemen. So don't create an orthopedic issue trying to balance your nervous system. So you pick what is the pose that you want to do, okay? Put yourself in that position wherever you are. Allow yourself on the inhale to lift the chest and either keep the neck in neutral or extend the neck. If you want to go full on fish pose for me, go ahead and straighten those legs out. All right, let's stay right here. Take a nice deep inhale in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Lift that chest, inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly drop the elbows to the side, lengthen the neck, settle the head on the floor, roll those shoulder blades on the floor, slide your feet back up. If they were straight, take your right knee to your chest, take your left knee to your chest, and let's counter fish pose. So going into full flexion. So the opposite for that nervous system. Hands around those shin bones. Let's take a deep inhale here. Exhale, pull those knees into your chest. All right, think about your rib cage. Use your biceps. Curl that rib cage up. Lengthen the back of your neck. Chin into chest. How close can you get your forehead to your knees? Think about that nervous system being in its shortened position. Let's hold here for 2 breaths. Take a deep inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly uncurl the rib cage first. Once the rib cage is on the floor, uncurling the neck, keeping the back of the neck long and the chin tucked. You've got it, guys. Very nice. All right, slowly place your right foot on the floor. Slowly place your left foot on the floor. So we did a lot of good extension and a lot of good flexion through the upper half of the body. Let's do one more really, really good extension through the bottom of the body. So we're going to work on bridge pose. Now, I am an advocate for those that have really bad back issues to stay away from that end range extension. So just like every pose, I've shown you a modification. Let me show you what maybe a lot of you need to do for bridge pose. But then if you have a fairly healthy back and you really want to challenge your nervous system today, we're going to go into full bridge pose, which is a lot of extension of the lumbar spine. So you pick at home, do you want to do the safe modification, take the low back orthopedic issues out of the equation, or do you want to really challenge your nervous system today and go into the full bridge pose? So let's do the modification first. So just imagine, if you can, that your shin bones are somewhat perpendicular to your yoga mat right now. Arms can be down to the side of you. The modification that I want you to work on is start with your abdominals and brace them. So take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, tighten and harden through your abdominal muscles. Then on the inhale, you're going to lift your pelvis as you push your knees up and over your toes. So this is very distraction based. You're not putting a lot of extension into the lumbar spine. It's very safe to do, but you're getting that nice, good extension that you need through the lower half of the body. So there's your modification of bridge pose for those of you that want to do it that way. For those of you seeking some good help for those mental health symptoms, I want you to try, as long as it's safe for your back, to go into full on bridge pose. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to keep those abdominals braced, but you're going to squeeze those glutes and lift that pelvis high. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take those hands, interlace those hands underneath you. Push that pelvis as high to the ceiling as you can. You pick the pose for you. Once you're there, let's breathe into this and challenge that nervous system. So take a deep inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly let the arms go where if you were in full pose. Keep the glutes engaged until the pelvis touches the yoga mat. Finally, relax through the abdominals. All right, let's counter that pose. Let's bring the right knee to the chest. Let's bring the left knee to the chest. Take your hands to the underside of your knees. Once you have your hands to the underside of your knees, take your knees a little bit wider than your hips. So it's about shoulder width with your knees now, wind relieving pose. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, pull those knees up and into those shoulders as much as you can. Holding this pose, make sure that you have your neck nice and long, settling through the chin. There's no extension up there. Okay, let's go through our 2 relaxation breaths here. So nice deep inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more breath here. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Slowly letting the knees go some, bringing the knees back to hip distance and stacking your knees somewhere over your hips. So have it so that you're still holding your thighs in the same position underneath your knees. Have your elbows as straight as you can here. And then we're going to do legs up the wall. So legs up the wall isn't full flexion, full extension of the spinal cord. We're kind of done with that component. We've done many, many movements to really balance our nervous system. Legs up the wall is just that beautiful restorative pose that really kind of helps you get all of your body centered to your trunk. And so again, since it's a nervous system class, centering everything to the trunk is a really good idea. So keep your elbows straight. Allow yourself to feel like you've got the weight of your legs in your hands. And then just very slowly start to straighten your knees. Now, don't go into the end range of your hamstrings, and certainly don't go into any sciatic nerve tension. So don't allow your feet to point towards your head today. Just kind of keep your feet pointed away. And how straight can you get your legs without feeling that tension in the back of your hamstrings? So you want to go to the point that you're not feeling like crazy strength shaking. So if you're getting to the point that your legs are crazy straight shaking, you've gone too far. You're already into lengthening your hamstrings. Just soften it up a little bit and let your knees bend. All right, lengthen your neck and settle your chin here. And then let's go through 2 more of those breaths. So nice deep inhale in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more breath here. Inhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling 6. Oops, I think I screwed that one up. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, gently bend your knees. Gently bring your knees to your chest. Do some rocking and rolling. Just kind of feel that nice massaging through that low back area. After you've rocked a few times, just gently place your feet on the floor. Once your feet are on the floor, allow yourself to walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat. We're going to do some nice little windshield wipers today. We didn't really do any focus on any particular joints of our body, but nice to get a bit of rotation into our trunk before we do spinal twist. So just gently let your arms kind of fall out to the side of you. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, just slowly let those knees fall to the right side. All right, let's do our breathing to relax, right? So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more breath. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just gently inhale as you lift your legs back up to the center. And then as you exhale, let those legs fall on over to the left and get your body nice and settled here. Let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow that exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more breath. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Slowly inhaling your legs back up to the center. As you exhale, just walk your feet back hip distance. Take your right leg, slide that leg down straight, left foot, place it up over that right knee, right hand, reach for that left knee. Going into spinal twist here. So allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, gently twisting that left knee to the right, feeling that pelvis and low back and rib cage, creating that rotation through the trunk. Left shoulder blade stays down on the mat. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and turn your gaze towards your left hand. Take a slow, deep inhale into your belly. Let's keep that count going one last time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale real slow. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And exhaling. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Slowly bringing your head back to the center, starting at that left shoulder blade and derotating the spine, rib cage, low back, pelvis, and hip. And then placing the left foot on the floor, sliding the right leg up, sliding the left leg down, right foot onto the left thigh, left hand reach for that right knee, right arm out to the side of the body. Taking a deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, starting that twist with the right leg going to the left, pelvis, low back, pelvis and rib cage all rotate. Right shoulder blade stays on the floor. Lengthen the neck, settle the chin, turn the gaze towards that right thumb. Okay, very last time, focusing on that count of that breath. Inhale here for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And finally, inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly unrotating the head, getting it back to that center position, starting at that right shoulder blade, derotating that rib cage, that low back, that pelvis at that hip, placing the right foot on the floor, sliding the left leg up, kind of fiddling around with your pelvis and your low back, making sure you're in a comfortable position. Maybe for you, if your back needs it, taking your knees to your chest one last time. Taking a deep inhale here, exhale, pulling those knees into your chest. Some of us just need that for our low backs, and then placing those feet back on the floor. Keep the abdominals engaged until you get your legs down straight. Slowly lowering the right leg to the right corner of the yoga mat and the left leg to the left corner of the yoga mat. And then once you have your legs there, gently allow yourself to make sure that you're in a very comfortable position through your legs, through your pelvis, through your low back. Do whatever wiggle worming you need. Get those shoulder blades underneath you. Gently let those elbows slide a little bit away from your body. Straighten those elbows, turn those palms up towards the ceiling. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Okay, so our body's now still. Hopefully, we've done enough CPR to our nervous system that keeping our body still right now isn't going to drive any sort of sympathetic response. So what I want you to do is allow yourself to be really still. You feel an itch coming on, you feel a twitch coming on, literally control it. See if you can stop yourself from making that movement happen. And then let's end doing a fabulous body awareness exercise. Really nice to kind of get into your body and feel your body relative to where it is in space. So go ahead and start and feel your left heel on your yoga mat. As you feel your left heel on your yoga mat, move your awareness of your body up to your calf, feeling that on the yoga mat. Move that awareness up to your thigh. Is your thigh touching that yoga mat? And then move your awareness up to your left buttock. And just feel that left buttock touching the mat. And then take your concentration and your focus down to your right heel. Feel it touching the mat. Move your awareness of your body up to your calf. Feeling it touching the mat. Move up to your thigh. What part of your thigh might be touching the mat? And then finally move up to that right buttock. Now feel the right buttock on your mat. Feel the left buttock on the mat. And then can you visualize and perceive where those two places touch one another in the center of your pelvis? Move your awareness up the back of your spine. Can you find that specific point of your spine and rib cage that begin to touch the yoga mat first? And then feel the left side of your rib cage as you get up to your left shoulder blade. Feel the right side of your rib cage as it moves up to your right shoulder blade. And then take your attention down to your left hand. Feel which knuckles are touching the floor right now. And then move your attention up to your forearm. What's touching the floor or mat? Go up to your upper arm. What do you feel touching the floor or mat? Go up to the back of your shoulder. Feel it touching the mat, and then take your way into that shoulder blade. Feel that shoulder blade touching the mat. And then bring your attention down to your right hand. Feel what knuckles are touching the floor. Move up that right forearm. Feel it touching the floor or the mat. And keep moving up to the upper arm and feel it touching your yoga mat. And move up to that right shoulder and feel it touching. And then move inward and feel that right shoulder blade again. And take this moment to feel the right shoulder blade relative to the left shoulder blade on your mat. And then continue to move north. So can you feel that point of your spine between the shoulder blades that touch that yoga mat? And move upwards. And then can you find that point of your spine? Can you feel it where it begins to no longer touch the mat as you meet and come to your neck? And then continue up until you can find that first spot on your skull, your cranium, that you feel touching that yoga mat. And keep moving up until you feel the very top part of the skull no longer touching that yoga mat. And then take your body awareness all the way up over your hair to your forehead. And can you feel if the muscles of your forehead are relaxed? Can you feel if the muscles of your eyebrows are relaxed? Can you feel if your eyes are gently relaxed, or are you putting tension into the lid of those eyes? Can you make your way down to your mouth and feel that your mouth is relaxed? Your teeth are barely touching or not. And that tongue rests just gorgeously on the roof of your mouth. Full awareness of that body. Something that beautifully helps us sometimes get out of our mind. Now, finally, as you lay here, picture that entire body touching the floor, every touch point that you thought about. And then visualize that even being softer and more relaxed. And more relaxed. And more relaxed. And then take a very slow, deep inhale into your belly. And a slow exhale out. One more breath, deep, slow inhale in. And slow exhale out. Now gently begin to move your fingers. Gently begin to move your toes. Gently begin to move your wrists. Gently begin to move your ankles. Gently begin to move your elbows today. And then gently begin to move your knees. And once your knees are fully bent, slowly let yourself roll over onto your side. Resting there for just a moment, a breath, maybe two. And then using an exhale, bottom elbow, top hand, pushing yourself up into a seated position. Once you find yourself in your seated position, just take a quick moment to check in with yourself.
How do you feel? Are you relaxed? Is your stress less? I hope so. Take your hands to your heart, smiles on your faces. Let's take a nice deep inhale into our belly and slow exhale out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me today.